Everyone, L to the W here. Today I'm going to show how to remove the door panels on I believe this body style came out in 2010 and ran through 2017. I know it ended in 2017, but I think the first year of this newer, more round, I believe the first year was 2010. And unfortunately, I gotta get rid of this vehicle. Belonged to my wife. She passed, and I really can't afford to keep it. But as you can see in there, the stereo equipment that I have speakers in here I need to remove. So you might be doing a stereo system, or maybe you need to get into the doors to do power locks or windows, or something. You need to know how to get back in there. So what you are going to need are a 7mm, 8mm, and a 10mm socket. One of these panel removing tools that come in handy, a pick tool, and a small screwdriver. Alright, so first thing we're going to do here is in this bottom corner, which is hard to show. There's a little, let me get them. Alright, see in that bottom corner, there's a little access point that we're going to put our pick tool in and just pull that piece of plastic off. Now what we want to do is real carefully try to insert your tool straight in like that, and then give it a little bit of a turn, and then kind of try to help this out. Now the plug right here towards the front, there's a little lever right there we have to push, and we'll remove that. Now while we're in here is our two 10mm that need to come out, and we have one 7mm up here that needs to come out. Now this is really where this comes in handy. If you can just get this back in here, and you can kind of help get the door open a little bit, then that's all you need to do is pull. This is the only thing we gotta get around, is we just gotta lift it up over this, and then that plug just pulls through. Now what we have here is just the door handle piece. Make sure that you can see what I'm looking at. Alright. This little blue thing here just needs to be pried up on. Like so. And then we swing it sideways and bring that up. And now your door panel will come completely off. So you can see everything on the door panel is just straight push pins. Really easy. Some door panels kind of will have a hook and they'll lock in. And that's it to getting it off. Alright, I got the original speaker put back in. Now what we need to do is hook this cable back up. So we're gonna just drop that in like that. We're gonna pull back to expose the cable, and hopefully you can see what's right here is a little slit the cable goes through, and then this clips back on like that. Now we need to make sure that this cable kind of gets fed back through so we can re-hook up our window switch. So I'd recommend just holding on to that and the door panel. We have to clear this. It's kind of the only real pain is getting this. What I recommend is kind of trying to keep your thumb on this so it don't pop out. Now what we have to do is get the door panel to sit down and seat. Recommend kind of start back here and work your way up front. Don't let go of this cable, you will lose it. Now what we want to do is just kind of maybe take a peek back here and look at the little plastic things and make sure they're lining up with the holes. And then all you gotta do is just give it a little push. Just to take that second and make sure those pins are lined up before you really give it a good push. Because then if you break them, your door panels can be loose. And then you have to go back at it again. So now we need to put our screws back in. What I recommend, if you're using a drill, utilize your clutch settings. I have mine, the DeWalt here on 7, and you can kind of get a good feel for, grab it and know how tight that is. Because if you go on full drill mode, it won't clutch, and you could either strip out what you're doing or just, you might strip out the plastic. You're only threading in the plastic, so that was nice. Now if you look right here, see the way this is indented? This is what makes it so hard to get it out. So what you're gonna have to try to do is get this thing in here, and notice there's a tab right here. This is kind of important. So you're gonna get this tab in there first and then kind of push down. And last but not least, this piece here, it's going to go like, here's the corner that was cut out for us to access. Now if you look, there's 2 here, 1 here, but they're straight push. And if you look, 2 and 1, so you really can't get confused. And it just pops in. There's no hooks or anything. So, door 1 down. Alright, on the driver's door, first thing we're going to do is, you can see there's a little indent right here. Now you can use a screwdriver. I just tried. I didn't have that much of luck, but same thing. I put my pick tool in here, twist it, give it just a little pull, and out it comes. Set that aside. Then the same thing like with the back door. You have a little access here in the bottom corner. I'm going to pop that out. Take our screws out. One there. And then the front door is a little bit different. It doesn't use the 10, it uses this 9mm here. Uses two 9mm to hold it. Normally these things are great, but I lost the magnet. Anyhow, so then what's different on here, we don't have to worry about taking the window part out, and you'll see why here in a second. So let's get our tool, kind of feel around. Like right here's a good spot. Just try to get the door like that to where you can get your hand, and just give it a little pop. What the hell? Lift it up over that. We had the same thing over here for the door handle. Just pry that up, swing that around, and pop it out. Now over here, what's neat is this little connector. You just pull that and that pops out. The only other thing we have, which is unique to just the driver's door, is this other plug right here, which is going to take me a second to think about how to get this out because it's been a minute. Alright. So what we got here is like 4 earlets type things. Just put your screwdriver in here, give it a little bit of a twist, and kind of pull up on it. Like that. Put it in there. And then we just pop the whole switch out. And you're done. Now I have to get my really nice speakers out. Put the factory ones back in. Alright. Ugly factory speaker back in. Believe it or not, this is actually the high-end Pioneer system. Oop, don't want to get copyright. I'm playing music. So plug this harness back in. Just give it a little push and see how that already moved. And that handle locks it in, man. That is beautiful. And then we have to put the switch back in. Make sure it's the right way. And that just locks in like that. And then don't forget that was clipped right there. Keep it from moving. And then our door handle, same as the back. Put the ball in, give it a little pull, expose that cable. The flat pieces on front, and it clips. Just go ahead and get that piece in. What we try to do is get this to sit. So seems like it feels right. Alright. Get all these little push pins. There we go. There we have it. Now, last but not least, our two pieces. Again, this one here, you can see the corner being cut out. Sorry if it seems weird. I got a GoPro and you can't see what you're filming with these, especially when you have it mounted on you. So I'm using my phone down there as my viewfinder. And I'm trying to make sure, I've learned in the past that sometimes I cut images out. So again, same thing with this piece. Is you really can't, I guess you could put it on wrong. This little indent there, that was for where we stuck the pick tool. You want to make sure that indent is pointed down. And again, you look at it, all these tabs are just straight through, so there's no direction. You just push straight in on that. And there you go. You have it. You're done. Door panels back together. Hopefully anybody needing to work on this, one of these, found this helpful. I know door panels can be kind of intimidating. Nobody wants to break anything. These door panels on this vehicle are actually, from my experience, extremely easy to get off. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead. I do how-to on other vehicles. Unfortunately, this will be the last how-to I ever do on an Equinox, because, like I said, unfortunate circumstances, I have to return this. I have to return this vehicle, so unfortunately this will be my last how-to on the Equinox. I did one on rear wheel bearings not that long ago, and if I could have seen the future, I wouldn't have spent that kind of money on it. But if you need rear wheel bearings, check out that video. If not, I do how-to on any of my other cars. I do life vlogs, stuff like that. So subscribe to the channel, please. Like, shares, comments, always appreciated. Hopefully this helped you out. Give it a thumbs up if it did. And see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.